Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we're going to be talking about a secret treasure that you might not have known about that is incredibly valuable, and it's actually located at Thieves Landing. So I don't know about you guys, but literally the only time I've been to Thieves Landing in Red Dead Redemption 2 was actually in Red Dead Online. And the reason I went there is because it was the closest fence location, and I was trying to get like my high roller double action revolver, whatever that like free pistol was at the very beginning of the game. And since then, I have never gone back because it's sort of located in between Blackwater and Armadillo. And it's in an area of the map where there isn't anything all that uniquely interesting. But I got a message from someone the other day that suggested that I check out this area because there's actually a hidden treasure. And anytime someone tells me about hidden treasure, I automatically become very, very interested. So upon arriving at Thieves Landing for the first time, I noticed that I was not alone. There was a lot of like red dots on the minimap. And this kind of shocked me. Speaking of Red Dead Online, it sort of reminded me of those like gang ambushes and gang attacks that you can have. But this, of course, was in single player. So I was a little bit shocked by this. And these Del Lobos were none too friendly. So if you've never run into the Del Lobos before, well, this is your chance to do so. So I was trying to think, how am I going to take these guys out? So I wanted to try and eliminate them maybe from a distance because I tried to like push through the door and I wasn't able to sort of sneak my way in. So I knew that I was going to have to bring out some heavy firepower for this. So I ended up getting a Litchfield repeater and my rolling block rifle. And I went to one of the little houses across the street that had a conveniently slanted roof that was like perfect for me to use as like a sniping post. And what I did is I basically just picked off the Del Lobos one by one until none of them were left for me to see from this position. Now, what I did after that is I moved into the compound, which was actually a lot harder to do than I thought because you can't just like open up the doors and the whole place seems to be fenced off. So it was kind of difficult to get inside, but once I did get inside, I was able to take out the remaining Del Lobo members. And I'm sure you guys will have no trouble taking them out as well if this is a place that you ultimately decide to visit, which I highly recommend, as I'll explain and as you'll see throughout the video. So I'd estimate that there was maybe about 15 of these Del Lobo gang members here. Some of them are on the ship, which is going to become very important a little bit later on. Some are on the roof. Some are in some of the inside rooms that'll come out when the shooting starts happening. And I don't know if you guys saw that, but I literally had the hat shot right off my head. And I don't know where it went, but it got flown backwards. So I narrowly avoided a headshot death right there. But that's pretty cool. And once you complete all of the Del Lobos, or I should say once you kill all the Del Lobos, John will say like, you know, we've completed this, or, you know, there's none more left for you guys to fight. And once you've killed all the Del Lobo gang members, now this is where the fun begins. Now, the first thing I would recommend doing here is looting all the bodies of the Del Lobo. So again, just like in Red Dead Online, all of these gang members are going to have really good stuff. Whether it's ammo or health cures or dynamites or chewing tobacco, gold, things to heal your cores, gin, pocket watches, things to sell. There is a ton of stuff that you can grab from these Del Lobo gang members. So do not skip over this. I know a lot of people will see the dead bodies and the X's on the map and they won't go over them. But honestly, I know we're going to be talking about a secret treasure here. The stuff you get off of the bodies of the Del Lobos is almost more valuable than the entire treasure itself. So just keep that in mind when you are looting this place. Now, once you have cleared out all of the Del Lobos and once you feel like you've done a sufficient enough job of looting all of them, we want to now shift gears to the boat because it seems as if the Del Lobo gang members were guarding this vessel. And I wanted to find out why. Now, at a first glance, it didn't look like there was a lot going on this boat. It seemed like it really only had two main compartments. However, I did notice that one of those compartments was open. So that gave us the opportunity to go inside and check it out. Now, when I first went in there, I noticed that it was going to have us going underneath into the cellar of the boat. And I did not have my lantern. So I had to go back out to my horse, grab my lantern. Again, I would recommend you guys doing the same thing. And now we were able to head back out onto the boat to see what was ultimately hiding there. And when we went inside, I noticed that there was a lot of goodies. And that is really cool. Immediately right off the bat, there's 2 gold nuggets that are actually sitting on this barrel. So that's just free, easy pickings right there. You can grab both of those gold nuggets. And I saw this giant chest right here, and my eyes started lighting up. I was like, what are we going to find inside? Is it going to be filled with gold? And I opened it, and there was nothing in there. Like, what the heck, Rockstar? Did you forget about this? Did someone make it to the treasure before me? Like, what's the point of having that big chest there, but putting nothing inside? Like, that seems so random. So I would highly recommend that you guys check this place out for yourself. And if you do check it out for yourself, let me know what you found in your chest. Is it empty for everyone else? Am I just an unlucky treasure hunter and there was nothing inside? Because that was a little bit disappointing. Now, there's still a lot of other goodies inside of the vessel of this ship. If you immediately turn around, you'll find some shotgun shells, some more ammo. And on the other side of the part of the ship, there's another gold nugget, and there's also some money as well, a bill stack, which was $25. That's quite nice right there. There's also some more ammo that you can grab as well. I'm telling you, there is so much stuff in the vessel of this ship. But I still was so disappointed that I wasn't able to get anything from that big giant chest. Like, that looked where the majority of the money was ultimately going to be. Now, because I was so dissatisfied with that, the fact that there was no cash on the inside, what I decided to do is sleep and then return the next day. And I actually woke up in this really weird cabin. I don't know why it put me here, but when I woke up, it was like a little bunk bed and there was a bunch of rats all over the place. And I actually checked the chimney and there was this like fertility statue that I pulled out of the chimney. So that's kind of cool right there. In case you guys are wondering where this actually is, it's really close to Thieves Landing too. It's a place called the Old Bacchus Place in Hanniganstead, New Austin. So you can check that out if you want. Again, I don't think it's related to Thieves Landing at all, but I did find that to be kind of cool. Now, I wanted to return back to Thieves Landing to see if we could continue to loot and gather stuff, and maybe some changes would occur. And I was right about changes occurring, but they were not the good kind of changes. So it turns out once you clear out all of the Del Lobo Gang, the place is no longer going to be locked up. Like, they're not going to have their stronghold here. So you won't find that gates are locked or anything like that, which is kind of cool. So it seems as if you cleared out the Del Lobo for good. Now, the only problem with that, and it took me a little while to realize this, the boat is gone too. So do not leave the area if you haven't checked everything on the boat, because if you sleep and if you come back another day, the boat will mysteriously be gone. So just keep that in mind, that that is something you might have to deal with if indeed you sleep or you die and you didn't get to collect everything. So I don't know why the boat disappears. It must have been property of the Del Lobo, like everything else that was going on here. But I still wanted to continue exploring, but that again is just a warning you need to keep aware of. I was able to go in one more room. It was like this little building or post office sort of near the dock. And there was actually some more good stuff I was able to grab from there. I was able to grab a couple of coin purses, some bill stacks for like $20, $25 more. There's premium cigarettes, there's chewing tobaccos, there's cigars, there's rifle cartridges, there's shotgun shells, there's so much stuff going on in here. There's provisions and crackers that you can grab. So don't forget to try and go inside of all of these buildings, because there's a good chance that you might find some more stuff. Now, that was the only building that I was able to actually go inside. I tried to go inside all of the other buildings that were in and around Thieves Landing, and all of them seemed to be locked. And I can only imagine if you used a glitch to get inside that they would just be empty interiors. But either way, this place, Thieves Landing, turned out to be one of the most profitable trips that you can make in Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, the only downside to this is you'll likely have to make this journey as John Marston when you're in the epilogue. Unless there's like another glitch going around where you can get to New Austin as Arthur, this is something you'll only be able to do as John. But still, free ammo, free goods, free supplies, free money, that treasure on the boat, that is super cool. There's not a lot of missions that take place on boats in game. You have that one mission in chapter 4 where you get on this big ferry and you like play poker against that one guy and you win his watch. That's pretty cool. You obviously have that cutscene where the boat in which they go to Guarma on crashes, but there's not a lot of things that happen out in the water. So finding that little secret treasure there was obviously really, really cool. Now, the one thing to be careful with here, this is sort of the final warning I will give you. Remember, if you're doing this as John Marston, you don't want to fall in the water because you might die because you can't swim. And if you die and you respawn, the boat might not be there. So just keep that in mind. A couple of warnings that if you do decide to check this out for yourself, you just want to be careful about. But anyways, that is all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. That is a secret and hidden treasure in Thieves Landing that you might not have known about in Red Dead Redemption 2. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care. And I'll see you guys in the next video.